Hey, welcome to Color Up. Now I've shown you the standard, which is essentially what the mathematicians and authors and experts say is the best way to play the game of craps. But mathematically, there is a slightly better way to play, and that is what I'm going to call the don't standard. Casino craps, it might look complicated, but at its core, it's a simple game. Roll the dice, bet on the correct number, and win. Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I am a craps fanatic. My job, to teach you the game, to teach you the math and some strategies, and with a little luck, you can color up. So the great thing about the game of craps is that you can bet both sides of the game. You may hear a player say, well, the 7 is the most common number, so why am I betting against the 7? Why don't I bet with the 7? And with the game of craps, you actually can, and it's usually called a don't player or a dark side player. Now, I've explained the 3-point molly, which I call the standard, and I call it that because most experts and mathematicians say this is the best way to play the game. And that's the pass line with maximum odds, and then you can make come bets with maximum odds. But mathematically, the don't is just ever so slightly better if you're concerned about the math of the game. So the don't pass is 0.01% better. You're not talking much of a difference. You're talking about a penny difference on a $100 bet. But if you want to go with the pure mathematics of the game, the best way to play it would be a don't pass with lay odds, followed by don't come bets and then additional lay odds. Now, because at the end of every one of my videos, I show a comparison of how any strategy does against the standard, I think it's only fair that I also incorporate what I'm going to call the don't standard. A lot of times this is called a 3-point dolly, just because it's the opposite of the 3-point molly. And just to clear that up, because I don't know where the name molly or dolly came from, and this is kind of a standard of what experts would all agree on as far as the math goes. This is the way to play. I'm going to call this the don't standard. Now, a lot of times I'll say that playing the dark side or the don'ts costs you more money to play. And let me just explain what I mean by that. Let's take a $10 pass line player and a $10 don't player. Let's say the point becomes a 4. On most standard tables, you're allowed 3, 4, 5 times odds. So on the 4, for the pass line player, he can make a bet of $30. Now this player is a 2-to-1 underdog, so the bet is going to pay 2-to-1. So his $30 bet, if he wins, is going to pay $60. Now once the puck is on, the great thing about a don't player is they actually have the advantage to win. So they are the 2-to-1 favorite. But because they're twice as likely to win, they're going to get paid half or 1-to-2 odds. So the don't player is going to lay $60 in odds to win back 30. So the light side or the pass line player has $40 invested. The don't player has $70. And that's why I say it costs more to play a don't. But you are the favorite, so you should be winning this, and it's very close to 50-50 between who wins and who loses this bet. So if the 7 were to roll, our don't player would win $30 for his odds and $10 for his flat bet. If, however, the 4 were to roll, the pass line player, his $30 would win $60 for his odds bet and $10 for his flat bet. As you can see, it actually works out to be exactly the same. So it's just going to depend if the 7 rolls or the point rolls. If you're the dark side player, you do pick up that 0.01% advantage, but it just depends on how the dice roll. If the points are rolling, you want to be a pass line player. If the 7s are rolling early, you want to be a don't pass player. The winnings work out essentially the same, but like I mentioned earlier, it does take a little more upfront money, or like I say, it costs more money to be a dark side player. Because if you're not going to be winning and you're losing this bet, remember we had $70 at risk versus only $40. So every time the don't pass loses, he's losing 70. Our pass line player is losing 40. But that's the give and take of the game, right? If you're going to be the favorite, hey, or you're going to bet the underdog, you're going to get paid more when you win. Okay, how the 3-point dolly or the don't standard works. You make your minimum bet on the don't pass, and here you are a big underdog for this first roll, but that's okay because once we establish a point, let's say the 5 rolls, we're now the favorite. How lay odds work is this is how much you're allowed to win. So this isn't your bet amount, like with the pass line, this is your win amount. So the point's of 5, we're allowed to win 4 times our bet, again on a standard table, 3, 4, 5. So 4 times our bet is $40. We have a $10 bet, we can win $40. The payout as the favorite is 2 to 3. So if we make a $60 bet, we can win back $40 or 2 to 3. Now, just like the other one, we're going to go ahead and try to get 3 numbers. So instead of making a come bet, we're going to make a don't come bet. Just like the don't pass, I didn't mention it earlier, but 7 or 11 is a loser, 2, 3 is an automatic winner, and then they bar the 12 or it just becomes a push. You don't win or lose. And the other number is up here. So let's say the 9 rolls. This bet, the dealers would move and travel and they go behind this box. So now we know that this bet is betting against the 9 and you're rooting for a 7. Well, we already have a 5 and this is a sister number, so the odds are the same. Let's move it to the 8. Now you're the 6 to 5 favorite. So you have to bet 6 to win back 5. On the 6 and 8, remember 4, 5 times tables, we can win $50. So what we're going to do is lay, and you might see a pattern here, we can lay 60 to win back 50. So we lay 60 to win 50. Here on the 5 and 9, we lay 60 to win 40. And guess what? If we make another don't come bet and it travels, let's say to the 4, it pays 1 to 2 because we're 2 to 1 favorite. We're allowed 3 times odds. We can win $30. So what can we bet to make it correct? That's right, $60 lay bet. We'll win back 30. So now we're set up in our 3-point dolly or the don't standard, and we don't want these numbers to repeat. Anytime these numbers roll, we lose our bets. We want a 7 to roll and win all these bets at once. Sometimes that's another reason why don't players like playing the dark side, is because you only get knocked off one number at a time. For instance, a 7 will win all of our bets at once, but let's say a 4 rolls, sure, we lose that bet, but these still bets are active, and we can still win with the 7. A light side player or a pass line player, it's just the opposite. If these were all set up, he can only win one at a time, but if that 7 hits, bam, all of the bets come down all at once. So again, what would you rather do? Lose all your bets at once or just lose one at a time and win all your bets at once? All right, I think I've explained it enough. Let's go ahead and look at the single most mathematical way, best way to play this game. Now again, let me give you a little warning. Math doesn't matter. That is based off of affinity long term. That really doesn't apply to you this weekend when you go play for 3 hours at the casino. Anything can and will happen. So our job is to beat the odds of the game and color up. But let's just see how it works out with a quick demonstration. All right, we've got a $1,000 bankroll. And so even $1,000 is probably underfunded for the way we're going to play. But we're only going to play for a little bit and hopefully it'll work out for us. So let's go ahead and start. $10 on the don't pass. And we're just looking for 2, 3 as a winner. We got to avoid the 7 or 11 for this first roll. Here we go. Coming out. 4, easy 4. Now dark side players usually like the 4 because they're hard to hit. Remember, we're that 2 to 1 favorite with the 7. So we can add $30 in odds. So all these bets are going to be $60. That's what's kind of nice about a 3, 4, 5 times table. If you're going to do max odds, simple math, it's always going to be 6 times whatever your bet is here. $10, it's going to be $60. $15 minimum table, the max odds is always going to be 90. And $25 minimum table, the max odds is always going to be $150. So just a little shortcut for you. It's always going to be 6 times our minimum bet. All right, so let's go ahead and get $10 and make a don't come bet. Now, if you are a dark side player, you might want to play over on this side of the table just so you can reach this box. This is a self-serve bet. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. 6, easy 6. So our don't is going to travel behind the 6. And then again, we take $60. Put it on the table. Dealer, let me have $60 lay odds against the 6. So that will set you up here. 60 wins 50 here. And then we can do our third point. $10 don't come. All right, here we go. 12 craps, 12. So we bar the 12 so nothing happens. We don't win or lose it. It just stays right there. All right, here we go. 7. Okay, that's actually really good for us. Sure, we do lose this, the 7 or 11, we lose this bet, but we're going to win both bets here. Remember, with this strategy, you want those early sevens to happen. So if you feel like it's a trend of early sevens, hey, maybe you become a don't player. So with the 4, we're going to win $30 for odds, $10 for a flat bet. So 2 to 1, or 1 to 2, and then 1 to 1. And then this bet is going to come down and get paid $50 for odds and $10 for the flat. So this will all come back out to the player, and that was a pretty good hit. Early sevens is what you want to see. So we'll rack that up, and then we can start over. $10 on the don't pass. All right, we'd have a new shooter coming out. 2 3's a winner, 7 or 11's a loser. 10, easy 10. We like that as a dark side player. Again, we'll do $50 in lay odds, or I'm sorry, $60 and $10 coming, don't coming. All right, here we go. 8, easy 8. So don't come will travel behind the 8. So we're going to get $60 out for our dealer. This is maximum odds to lower the house edge as much as possible. This is an optional bet. I didn't mention this earlier, but you don't have to maximize your bet. Here on the 8, we can have a maximum of 5 times. Or we could do 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1 time, or we don't have to take any odds at all. That just depends on what your budget can withstand. All right, dealer, we're going to lay 60 against the 8, and then we're going to make one more don't come bet. All right, here we go, shooter. 9. All right, we got up on all 3 numbers. This is travel behind the 9. Again, $60. Lay against the 9. Now we got to avoid rolling these numbers if we can. We want to roll the 7, right? All right, here we go. But the other numbers won't hurt us. 8 the hard way. So we rolled the 8, which means this bet is going to lose. So it's remember, it's just the opposite of maybe how you're used to playing. It's okay. Go ahead and make a new don't come bet. We've got 2 points. This will create a third. And here we go. 10. Oh, point hit. That's no good for us. So what's going to happen is our 10 bet is going to lose. So this is going to come down. Not good when the shooter's rolling points. This is going to travel behind the 10, and the puck will go off. Now, as a come better with odds, when the puck's off, the odds are off. The bets, however, are contract, which means they always stay on and are subject to lose to the 7. Well, because the 7 is the favorite for a don't player, the bets for the don't player, they're always on, including our odds. But unlike the pass and the come, these bets are optional and you can always pull them down if you want at any time. Now, the casino allows this is because this is the favorite to win. Remember, the 7's most likely. These bets are already favored to win. On the first roll, they were the underdog, but now they're the favorite to win. And that is why the casino will allow you to pull it down. So it probably doesn't make sense to pull the bet down. Now, do you want to risk more and add the odds? That's up to you, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're a 2-to-1 favorite. We should win this bet. We should see a 7 before we see this 10, although so far it's not working out for us. Okay, let's go ahead and get our new don't pass down. Our shooter had hit his point, so same shooter, but he's coming out again. So here we go. 9, okay. There's another one. Knocked off. The point goes to 9. We're going to lose this bet. All right, let's cover it back up. Let's go ahead and do $60 in odds to win 40. And then we've only got 2 points, so we can make a third point. We've already got knocked off like 3 times. We really want that 7 so we can win. All right, here we go. Yo 11, remember, first roll, 2 3's a winner, 7 or 11 is a loser. So we lose there. And I'm already out of red, so let me go ahead and get 100 and change for red. Oh, I lost this. And we want $10. Don't come. And here we go. 9, point hit. Again, we've got a hot shooter, which is no good if you're a don't player. So again, we lose our bet here. And the bet travels to behind the 9, and our puck is going to go off. A lot of times I hear, hey, the don't is the way to play because the 7 is always the favorite. Yeah, but you never know what these dice are going to do, and sometimes they roll good, and you're going to get knocked off. So pick your poison. Hey, if I could see the future, I would tell you which way to bet, with the 7 or against the 7. So far, it's not working out for us. All right, let's go ahead and get our $60 in lay odds. $10, don't pass. Same hot shooter coming out. Here we go. We don't want a hot shooter when we're a don't player. All right, there's the 5. Let's go ahead and get $60 to win 40. And now let's see that 7. Come on. 6, easy 6. We don't have that bet, so we don't care. Hey, there's that 7, finally. All right, so $40 in odds, 10 for our flat. This bet will come down. $60 will pay 30 for odds, 10 for the flat, and the 9 will come down and get paid also 40 for the odds and 10 for the flat. So all this money comes out to you, but did we make up for our losses earlier? I don't know. Our final count will tell us at the end. So stick around for that. And then I'll also run dice. I'll run the dicer tool, and then we can kind of see the don't standard and the standard run side by side, and maybe I'll compare it against some other strategies. But usually the 3-point dolly and the molly run inverse of each other or opposite of each other. So when one's winning, the other's losing. Really only difference is that 12, so sometimes that factors into it. Otherwise, a lot of times you'll see on the graph that they become almost exactly opposite. So that's why you got to pick one side or the other. Which is going to be the winner? I don't know. That's the gambling part. All right, here we go. Let's start over. Don't pass, $10. We'll dump the bowl. I'll simulate it here as if we have a new shooter, and here we go. That's going to be called a 9 if we move the piece underneath. So our point is 9. 60 in odds. And $10 coming. And here we go. 5. All right, this is going to travel behind the 5. Again, we can add 60 in odds. And I know with my videos, sometimes I don't even have a line bet. That is a required bet to roll the dice if you want to be the roll of the dice. So sometimes I say, hey, we're assuming someone else is rolling the dice. But many players don't know that you actually can shoot from the don't. It doesn't have to be a pass line. It has to be one or the other, but you can absolutely shoot with a don't pass bet. All right, we got 2 points. Let's get a third up. Let's get our odds on it, and then let's roll that 7 shortly thereafter. So let's see what happens here. 5, oh no, we hit a number. So this bet is going to lose. This 5 is going to move to the 5. Hey, we're the favorite. Let's add $60, lay bet against it. We're the favorite, but favorites don't always win. So, all right, $10 in odds. $10 for a new don't come bet. And here we go. Oh, point hit, 9. All right, again, this bet's going to come down. This will travel behind the 9. Puck will go off. We're going to have the same shooter. Eesh. All right, 16 odds. And then $10. Don't pass for our new shooter, same shooter. Here we go. Coming out. Oh, 5. Like I said, if you're rolling the numbers, this strategy is not going to work. All right, so this is going to come down. And we'll go ahead and lay $60 in odds against that 5. We've got 2 points, $10 coming. All right, here we go. Point hit, 5 again. All right, down this comes. Let's travel behind the 5. Puck is going to go off. Same crazy hot shooter. We're going to lay 60 odds because we believe we're the favorite, even though it hasn't been working out for us. $10 don't pass. Here we go, same shooter. 6 the hard way, 6 hard. There's the puck. All of our bets are working. Let's go ahead and get our maximum odds. 60 to win 50 there. All right, shooter, let's roll that 7. 8. Well, at least we didn't roll one of our numbers. Here we go. Hey, there's that 7. So we win 50 for our odds, 10 for our flat. This will come down, get paid 40 and 10. And this will come down and get paid 40 and 10. Puck will go off. We'll stack all this up for you. Well, and push it out to you. And then I think I'm done here. We'll go ahead and count this up and see. I don't think we won, but I don't know. We'll count it up just to see. And again, stick around to see what the Dicer app shows. So we might be okay. There's a green in there. We started with 1,000. We've got 1, 2. Sorry, my hands, I grabbed too many. My hands aren't big enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 650. I think we're down. 675, 700, and then 725, 750, 775, 800, and $15. So we colored down a little bit today. So stick around. I'm going to show a few simulations with the Dicer, and you can always find that at dicer.io if you're a club member. I got promo codes for you. Otherwise, you can get 10% by using the promo code ColorUp. It's a cool tool, but I'll show it a few times and maybe I'll run a couple different simulations, but we're definitely down today. So again, just because you're the favorite doesn't mean you're going to walk away a winner. You got to know what the dice are going to do. And guess what? None of us could see the future. So pick your poison, pick which way you want to play, and hope that the dice roll in your favor. So until next time, good luck on coloring up.